So these are the Rajang dancers for this afternoon's performance in the forecourt of the main temple, but because there's been a death at the Pamachutan Palace, the gamelan is held up for a few hours, so we may not get the show today. It's more of an architectural treat here this afternoon. That's the Purnama Napiniki. It's a mystery, this forecourt with its little gateway links to the village through here. Traditionally the Chandi Bantar is the outermost, the split gate is the outermost gate of a major temple or palace even, but here we seem to have a Padaraksa gate, which is a newer design than the ancient 13th or 14th century gates of the Pura Maospahit. After the first Padaraksa we have the Chandi Bantar with these exquisite carvings, almost Singasari looking, rows of Kirtimukas, and then the tiered Padaraksa, which is really the most classic gate in Bali for my money. Just exquisite, with one of the tallest doors. Just the proportion of the gate to the door are amazing, immaculate, exquisite, and the view through to the afternoon light on that Gedong. So we'll go into the Dalam courtyard now, where I can hear the bells of the Pujawali. Today is the Punchakarya, the climax of the 2-week-long ceremony. Another exquisite gate, which opens onto the field that separates it from its neighbouring eastern temple, which itself opens onto the main drag. It's the Chandi Radas Majapahit with exquisite coursework, plates missing. There would have been big white and blue plates, probably all the down the side here too, but it's just the proportions that are so winning, and the work on this staircase. It's unusual, the lamaks on the staircase. So the two priests, it's always two priests praying in unison, like the two trees at the Taman perhaps. And this is the prasasti for the temple. The old records were found at Batu Bulan, miraculously after a sports accident. Someone in the family of the priest felt it was unusual that he would have ripped his Achilles tendon playing volleyball, so he went to a shaman who directed him to the Puri Batu Bulan, where they discovered the old prasasti of this temple, and it turns out that it was built by Kabawiwa. So Kabawiwa was the legendary Prime Minister or General from the Karaja and the Kingdom of Padulu, which was centered around Gwagaja, which had been a Buddhist monastery. So that goes back to the 10th century, that dynasty. So there's a small shrine inside, and this big Gedong, this big vault-like building with the gorgeous frame around the door was built after the Raja Pamachutan made an oath to enhance and enlarge the temple if he won at battle. So it has no royal patronage, but it is connected to the royal family of Pamachutan, but all of these gentlemen are from the family of the priest, and they have all looked after this temple, which doesn't get much help, even though it's a Cagar Budaya. There's not a lot of assistance from the government or the palace. We have enough Cagar Budayas, enough historical monuments to look after. It's quite unique to find the tripartite shrine to the ancestors of the priests of this temple actually inside the inner sanctum of the temple itself. Usually this would be in the family home, so there's a very strong link between the gods of the temple and the ancestors of the priest, who are not a royal family. So it's a copy of the old gate which was destroyed in the earthquake. It's the liss with the baligading going into the dalam. The echan ceremonies. Spring cleaning of the various shrines. Family members coming in for the prayer session. The Rajang dancers put their headdresses on and they're waiting for the gamelan to turn up. Everyone gets splashed with the specially made holy water with the magic list, the magic wand before prayers. That's good. In the jet stream of a phalanx of Rajang Dewa dancers, they found their posse on the northern corner. Very dainty, kneeling down. So the monk was just telling me that relatives have arrived from Kintamani over here, this whole family of mountain people. So all the family members are arriving for the big prayer, the big pray-in the main court of the temple. The special thing about this event is the actual architecture, but the fact that just one big family regarding the ancient temple as their ancestral shrine, gathering once every 6 months to store the muka, to be seen, and to show their respect and their allegiance to the founding deities of this Denpasar's oldest temple. Possibly Denpasar's oldest temple. Physically it's hard to imagine one any older. There may have been worshipping grounds that predate this temple. So my Facebook friend Pak Made and his uncle, who's the priest at the Pura Maospahit, are taking me to the Pura Taman, which I've never been, which is connected to the Pura Maospahit, but not physically. It's about 500 meters to the west, and it's rumored to be like Candi Tikus, which is an important Candi, old Pura Taman in Odalan, the old Majapahit centre, which Ajidama has said is a sort of Pura Persimpangan where all of the main temples were represented. So one walks around the core island of this Pura Taman. It seems to have been renovated. It's rather magical. So there's a banyan tree, sort of Ficus benjamina, and then there's a bunutan, which is another sort of ficus, which you often find in Javanese temples, the male and female ficus. And there's the well, mata air, the water source. It's all surrounded by a sprawling kampong situation. I was explaining that when they had the reconsecration ceremony, the Ngantaglingi, they all went to Trowalan in East Java, and you went to the Makam Raja Sitinggil, Raden WIJAYA, and you had a small ceremony there. Ah. And you regard that as the Kawitan for this temple, or?
I believe so, because the Majapahit is come from Raden WIJAYA.
Originally, yeah. Tan Bra WIJAYA tan na, tiasa. Tan polik Candi Ceto.
Candi Ceto dapat kesana juga.
Iya. Kan ada patungnya Bra WIJAYA Pamungkas.